Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 13, Managing Linked Models and Worksets. Today we will learn how to work with linked Revit models and control worksets, such as place a linked model, collect them, create worksets, and assign elements to worksets. For the first section, we are going to link a structural model to this architectural model. As you can see, we don't have any linked model here. Now let's start with Dynamo. I have already placed a Python script where I provided all the necessary libraries for this script. Now let's start our code here. We are going to provide first of all a full path to Revit file that we want to link to our model. I'm going to create a variable and name it like Revit or RVT path. And this is how you provide basically the path of your model. My model is on my desktop, so I'm going to say C Collins users. I need to write this down all the way because I have not copied it. So let me just write this, and the name of the model that I provided is str.rvt. That's the first line of our code here. And now we need to convert to a Revit model path. For that, I'm going to create another variable. I'm going to name it model underscore path, and this is how you do it. We are going to say model path unit, utils without e dot we are looking for this option, if I'm not mistaken, to pass, and as an argument we feed the RVT pass. All right, now we need to provide the actually linked options. I'm going to create another variable, link options. And we say Revit link options, and for now I'm going to set it to false. This false means that we don't store absolute path. So now we need to start our transaction and create our link. For that we say link type. This is how you create it. This is the method. We say Revit link type dot create, and as an argument we need 3. Of course, the project that we are working currently, and the model path, this one that we provided before. Let me copy and paste it, and the link options. Now we need to place the instance of the link. For that, we create another variable instance, and we say Revit link instance. This is how you create it. And we need some arguments, of course, here. Before that, we should create that. Our documents and the element ID of the link type. The element ID. Now we need to close the transaction, and this should be our output. All right, I'm going to save and run. Let's go back to our Revit here. I should have our link instance here. And then, as you can see, we place the structural model inside our project. Here it is. What if I want to collect the linked model that I have already placed inside my model? Let's go back to our Dynamo. I'm going to copy my Python node here and edit it. All right, let me see. We don't have this line inside our code, and these ones as well. We don't need them. And as an output, of course, we look for the linked model. Now, this is the simple one. Actually, since we are not going to change anything inside our model, we don't need these lines as well. We are going just to collect the elements. I'm going to create a variable collector and the basic filtered element collector method to collect them. As a first argument, we need the project, and this is of class, and as an argument we need a Revit link instance. And we say linked models as a list. Let's say we need the attribute which is name of the linked models. We say in collector. And as an output, we look for, of course, linked models. Now let's save and run. Interesting. Let me check this out again. Filtered element collector. Let's see. We retrieve actually the structural model that we linked it before to our project. Now let's switch to the worksets. I have activated my work sharing here. As you can see, we have already two built-in worksets here, workset 1 and shared levels and grades. First of all, we are going to create another ones. Let me close the previous notes. I'm going to copy and paste one here. And let's start editing. Since we are going to create a new worksets, we need to provide names, right? So let me actually close these ones. Basically, let me close these and delete it and copy and paste this one because we need the lines transaction managers. For that reason, I'm going to clear this up. All right, now let's start providing our names. I'm going to create a list. Actually, the first input our to the Python code and name it ws underscore names. This should be our first input, which we're going to create it in a minute, and we need an empty list to store our worksets. I'm going to name it created ws, and of course actually an empty list. I'm going to create the use a for loop command inside our transaction in transactions lines. I'm going to say for name in ws names. Workset, this is the method how you create worksets. We say workset dot create, and as an argument asks for just document and name of the worksets, and we add them to the append them to the list by saying created workset.append to our list. Basically, we are searching as an argument asks for the name of the workset that we provided before. All right, and as an output, we search for created worksets. Now let's save this, and I'm going to call a code block, and in a list we are going to provide the name of the worksets. I'm going to say, like, I don't know, linked arc. Let me copy and paste it here a couple of times, and rename this to str and mep. Let's fit this to our Python script, and I'm going to freeze the previous nodes. All right, and let's run it. Let's go back to our Worksets list. Fantastic, that's not the one that we were looking for, because let me see here. This is the list. Fantastic. I forgot the quotation marks here because I need a workset for each of these ones, not a workset for the all of these linked models. Now let's run again. That should work. Okay, cool. But still, we had this one here. I'm going to go back a couple of times to clear all the worksets, and now hit it again. This is the bug for this note here, because you need to save it, close it, and reopen it to make it work. Now, as you can see, we ended up with the clear list of linked arc, MEP, STR worksets. Now let's start collecting all the worksets that we create before. I'm going to freeze this node here. However, we needed a copy of this. For collecting, we don't need any input. Okay, I'm going to clear these lines. We don't need actually the transactions. I'm going to create a collector variable, and I'm going to use the method that helps us collect the worksets. Filtered workset collector. Inside our document, we say of kind. This is the method how you collect them, right? So as an argument, asks for workset kind. The attribute of it is the user worksets. And we say worksets to collect it inside a list. We ask for the name of each the worksets. We say worksets name, because we are going to retrieve all the names of the worksets, we use for loop command for WS in collector. And as an output, we look for worksets. Now let's save and run. Well, we collected all the worksets inside our project. For the last part of this lesson, we are going to assign the workset to these elements like walls to linked arc. The workset that we created before, it shouldn't be linked because those are the elements inside our project and they are not linked, but it doesn't matter. We are going to assign them to this workset. All right, I'm going to open my Dynamo, and here we have all the list of the worksets we needed. However, I'm going to let me see if we had let me copy this one and use the very first node that we worked on. I'm going to unfreeze it, of course, and edit it. We need transaction manager lines. We don't need this one. Cool. Now, for the first things, we need to provide list of our elements. I'm going to create a variable and call it elements. In this case, they are our walls. And of course, we need to unwrap them. And we need to provide, of course, the workset name as a string. And this is our second input. Now, before we go further, let's provide them. The elements, I'm going to search for a node categories, and we look for walls, and let's search for all elements of category. We create another input, and basically we are looking for the name of the workset that we are going to assign our elements. As you can see here, we have all the name of our worksets. We are looking for linked arc. I'm going to search for a node index at item. Sorry, get item at index. Let's search for integer. Going to we are looking for the third one with index 2. Okay, this should be our second input. Let's go back to our Python, and First thing first, we need to collect all the user worksets for this Python. We are going to say the same method we used before. And we are going to say if we have the workset, then continue. So I'm going to create a variable target underscore ws if is none, and we use for loop command. We're going to say if the name of the provided workset equals to the one that we collected, then use it. We say if attribute, in this case name of the workset, matches to the one that we provided here, then set target underscore ws to ws, and in this case break the loop, because we reached the result that we want. Now from here we need to make some changes inside Revit. For that reason we are going to use transactions. So we are going to say if you find it, then for e in elements, from here we are going to assign the workset to our elements. We need to look for the parameter because workset is a parameter of an element. I'm going to create a variable param. This is how you collect the parameter. Get underscore parameter, and as an argument this is the built-in parameter, because workset is the built-in parameter. And here we need to provide the value of the parameter, which is lm underscore, of course not this one, partition underscore param. If you want to find out where this comes from, let me show you. If you select an element, and if you have already installed Revit LookUp, Snoop selection. Workset is a parameter. Now let's search for the parameters. Here provides the list of the parameters, and scroll down all the way down to the workset. Here is actually the value of this property. All right, so in the Python we need to provide this lm underscore partition underscore param. All right, now we say if is correct, then we are going to move the elements into the workset with the ID. We say param, this is the method, and as an argument search for the ID of the target workset. And as an attribute, integer value, as an integer value. All right. In this case, we have to close the transaction, and we need to provide our output. I'm going to actually write down a kind of special output here, and then I'm going to describe it. In the quotation mark, we say element assigned to workset colons an empty curly bracket dot format, and as an argument ws underscore name, and if target underscore ws, otherwise in the quotation mark workset not found. With these lines, basically we are going to create a string. The curly bracket here is a placeholder replaced by the value of the ws underscore name. For example, if it finds the actually the workset, the string becomes elements assigned to worksets colons linked arc, because we as a workset we provided the linked arc. All right, now I think we are good to go. Let me save and run. Line 26. I misspelled here, target underscores ws. Okay, before we go back to our Revit and check the parameter, as you can see here, the output message is element assigned to workset linked arc. Now let's go back to Revit and select our walls. We were expecting to have the value of the workset linked arc. Basically, we assigned all the uh, we assign the workset linked arc to the elements. In this case, our walls inside our project. In this lesson, we covered collecting linked models, inserting new Revit links, and managing and creating worksets and assigning elements to worksets. In the next lesson, we dive into learn how to collect parameters across multiple categories and update them in batch.